Thank you very much for attending the Azerbaijan Tourism and Management Life Beyond Tourism Infoday. I saw also Faina is connected.
We'll connect it.
Okay. So I think we can start if everybody agrees. And do you see me? Yes?
I am.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, dear friends from the Azerbaijan Tourism and Management University, we are really glad in hosting and having this meeting, this Life Beyond Tourism Info Day that is dedicated to give to you and your students a presentation of the new proposal of collaboration with your universities, your teaching staff, and the students. So in the coming time and coming minutes, we will give you a description of the different aspects of the collaboration we are proposing to you. But first, of course, let me give the floor to the representative of our common institutions, let's say the president of the Romualdo Del Bianco Foundation Life Beyond Tourism, Mr. Paolo Del Bianco, and then we will be glad in hearing the greeting remarks by the rector of the Azerbaijan Tourism Management University, Professor Ilham Madato. Mr. Paolo Del Bianco, President, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Greetings to everybody. Highly esteemed Rector Ilham Madatov, friends and students from Azerbaijan Tourism and Management University, I am really glad in opening the Life Beyond Tourism Info Day in Azerbaijan Tourism and Management University. That is one of the most active partners in Azerbaijan since October 2015, when the rector, Professor Madatov, signed a memorandum of understanding with the foundation to open a collaboration in the framework of our Life Beyond Tourism movement. Since then, the university took part regularly to our annual symposium with their scientific papers. In 2017, Professor Gunay Gafarova took part to our first course for trainers on Life Beyond Tourism. Baku plays a meaningful role in our activity. In fact, on November 20, 2007, we officially presented for the first time Life Beyond Tourism during the International Conference 21st Century, the Historic Islamic City, organized by the Azerbaijan University of Architecture and Construction, Rector Madame Gulchora Mamedova, at the presence of the Minister of Culture and Tourism. Recently, 2019, in Baku, Life Beyond Tourism has been included by UNESCO in the program of the 42nd session of the World Heritage Committee. The same Minister of Culture and Tourism chaired our session and introduced the Life Beyond Tourism ethos. Therefore, I would like first to express to the rector, Professor Ilham Madatov, my sincere appreciation for his continuous attention and participation. I am also great Mr. Orkana Musa, head of the International Relations Office, and Faina Gachabayova, who are the referent persons of our collaboration. As many of you know, the purpose of the Romualdo Del Bianco Foundation and its Life Beyond Tourism movement is to contribute in creating exchanges between cultures, starting from the awareness of one's own identity, while respecting diversity involving young generation and age. Thus was born the vision of a commitment of World Heritage Sites like Florence, like Isheri Sheher, Sheki, and others, rich in visitors from different cultures to use this wealth to make themselves available to the international community to encourage intercultural encounters. Thus, in the World Heritage Sites, the awarded centers are growing up and propose a new cultural and commercial offer with their learning communities. The temporary resident will replace the hasty visitor, the tourist. Travel in synergy with culture will be increasingly seen as an advocate of intercultural dialogue beyond tourism, indeed far beyond tourism, life beyond tourism. Nowadays, the international program of Life Beyond Tourism Infodays marks a new turning point in our action, because from the activities, scientific like conference and educational like workshop and courses, now we all together turn to offering to the students and their tutors the possibility to be part of an operational experience on site, to cooperate to the practical implementation in your territory, in your region, of the Foundation's Life Beyond Tourism methodology, to which evolution also your university has contributed so far. By this Life Beyond Tourism Info Day, we are inviting your university to create an even more working group of students to learn about Life Beyond Tourism Travel to Dialogue, to produce a cultural storytelling on your territories, to be the protectors of those values and knowledges, to enhance the international visibility of your works by the Life Beyond Tourism portal, to exhibit your work during an international festival in Florence in fall 2021. We believe that this is a crucial activity, especially for the university and educational centers, because the globalization process brought tourists to consume progressively the identity of many of these landmarks and local traditions and customs. And this is a pity for the youngsters. We will help students to better interpret and communicate their local identity, prompting a new form of travel for the territorial development and also for the human progress in terms of sharing identities, intercultural dialogue, and inclusiveness. In other words, they will rise and we realize how the implementation of the life beyond tourism methodology in their territory will realize the combination of the UNESCO Convention 1972 World Heritage, 2003 Safeguarding of Intangible Cultural Heritage, 2005 Protection and Promotion of the Diversity of Cultural Expressions, and the ICOMOS International Scientific Committee Charter and Aim. Our strong invitation, therefore, in the post-pandemic is rethink the concept of interpreting heritage and travel, retracing the philosophy and practice of life beyond tourism with the 2019 manifesto of the Romualdo del Bianco Foundation up to its 2019 appeal to the international community, Heritage for Building Peace. Very soon, we will review it and share with our international network, so with you too, before presenting it to the international organization. Azerbaijan Tourism Management is invited to be part of this change or this update. I would like to conclude by making again my congratulations to the Professor Ilham Madatov and you all for your participation, closeness, and belief in this new challenge the Foundation would like to undertake, together with its most reliable and active partners like Azerbaijan Tourism Management University is. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. President. And now I am delighted to leave the floor to the rector of the Azerbaijan Tourism and Management University, Professor Ilham Madatov. I recognize your meeting room. I remember with great pleasure the talks that we have together with also Orkhan and Faina about the teaching in ATMU and the perspective of congratulations. So again, let me express our pleasure in seeing Azerbaijan Tourism and Management University on board together with other universities that already are collaborating. But it's a great for us that your university is among the first who raise the hand and agree to collaborate for these new 2021 initiatives. Dear Rector Madatov, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I also remember our meetings also with Ms. Corinna. We met several times in Baku. I was very, very happy with these meetings in Baku. Italy, very big friend of Azerbaijan. As you know, our president, Mr. Ilham Aliyev, announced several times that during our 44 days war, Italy was supported us very, very strongly. Now we invited a lot of Italian companies to work together with us to solve all problems after the war. We, destroyed all cities, all villages, all towns in occupied territories. It's a very big problem, very big work where we believe that Italian firms, Italian companies will actively participate in this work, in This is very, very hard work. Thank you once again. I, of course, congratulate my very big friend, Honorable Mr. Paolo Del Bianco. It is a very good pleasure for me to see you once again, in spite of this online meeting. But our life is online life. You understand me, all participants understand me. I congratulate all participants. I am pleased to greet the presenters and participants of such a distinguished event. Firstly, I would like to express my gratitude to the President Paolo Del Bianco once again, and his entire team, led by our friend Mr. Simeone Diometti, for initiating this valuable meeting. This Infoday is an exceptional opportunity for our students and the whole community of Azerbaijan Tourism and Management University to learn from the expertise of our Italian colleagues, particularly the way of successful application of the best practices, ensuring the exchange of ideas. The Life Beyond Tourism movement of the foundation is prominent initiative, which by the means of traveling encourages harmonized coexistence of different societies without being limited by borders and stereotypes, and promotes diverse cultures. In the year 2019 in Florence, I was privileged to take the floor at the 21st Assembly International Symposium Heritage as a Builder of Peace, organized by the Life Beyond Tourism movement, and had an exclusive opportunity to present Azerbaijan as destination of culture, cultural tourism. Today, after 2 years, we meet in distance, but we all here are still committed to the mission to facilitate preservations of unique culture expressions, to highlight the impact of dialogue promoted through cultural exchange on people's lives in our countries, and to present unique cultural attributes across the globe from the platform established by the Life Beyond Tourism movement. I am particularly pleased to announce that under the project Back to Life revitalization of places after COVID-19, the Azerbaijan Tourism and Management University is going to promote the Pearl of Karabakh, the city of Shusha. No Shusha, but I will show you Shusha. It is Pearl of Karabakh, not only Karabakh. I think one of the wonderful places in the world, as a destination of our choice on the online platform. The city of Shusha declared cultural capital of Azerbaijan by the President of the Republic of Azerbaijan. Officially, he announced Shusha as a capital cultural capital of Azerbaijan. Is this city well known not only as a symbol of Azerbaijani history and culture, but also as a birthplace of many prominent Azerbaijani musicians, scholars, and other persons of art and science. We are optimistic that this opportunity will match to the state agenda aimed of shedding light on the reunite places and culture monuments of Shusha, and allow the city to regain its former fame and place of peace and reconciliation for visitors from all around the world. I believe that this and forthcoming events undertaken in the scope of the lasting cooperation between the Azerbaijan Tourism and Management University and the Romualdo del Bianco Foundation will bring many successful outcomes. Thank you once again for this opportunity, for this meeting. For it is a very good opportunity for me, and thank you once again. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, dear
Chair.
dear rector, dear Professor Madatov. It has been evident from your sincere words how much you are sharing and supporting our efforts in making heritage and travel two pillars for promoting mutual knowledge, respect, and intercultural dialogue. So we are really happy that since the top of your university to the bottom, the Life Beyond Tourism movement will be learned, deepened, and may, above all, put into practice for describing the Azerbaijan treasures and typical aspects of the cultural expressions. So you properly mentioned our projects, Back to Life, revitalization of places post-COVID-19. So I am now delighted to call Miss Carlotta Del Bianco, who will give to all of you the presentation of the project Back to Life that represents the main activity for 2021 of our foundation and of the Life Beyond Tourism movement activity. As I already explained to your assistant, dear rector, in particular to Orhan and Faina, that over the past few weeks with whom I exchanged a lot of messages and inspiring suggestions how to go on. We will be delighted to work with a working group of students from your university that you will select, of course, according to their background. And we will be glad to offer them our e-learning course online on Life Beyond Tourism. So they will absorb the inspiring principles, philosophy, methodology, and best practices of Life Beyond Tourism in order to implement those knowledge in producing a cultural biography, a cultural storytelling on Shusha. I hope this is the right name of pronunciation of this historical region. So let me see again if Carlotta is online for her presentation, and we have to wait again for a few seconds. So she's approaching.
Hello.
Ecco, Carlotta, the floor is yours then.
Great. Good morning, Mr. Rector. Good morning. It's really a great pleasure to host Azerbaijan and your important institution in our event today.
So we go on with the presentation. Life Beyond Tourism Travel to Dialogue Infoday in Azerbaijan Tourism and Management University, a new concept of travel, storytelling, and fruition of heritage. So this is a description of, in few words, what Life Beyond Tourism movement aims that is the promotion of knowledge between countries of different culture and contributing then to the diffusion and affirmation of universal values such as respect and harmony among people, and mainly to transform the tourism experience from a simple occasion of leisure into a precious moment of encounter between subjects of different culture. So, born from that experience that the Romualdo del Bianco Foundation produced and carried out in over 30 years, from Florence, we are going to disseminate this proposal for a travel model that enhance local tradition and exceed tourism in services and consumption. It is the promoter of a responsible, not only sustainable tourism, as opposed to the mass tourism that is killing our heritage and our planet. In other words, our vision is to building peace in the world with dialogues, thanks to heritage, travel, meeting, welcome and hospitality, with communication, knowledge, protection of the personality of the place and its economy. And our mission, of course, is to promote knowledge of the diversity of cultural expressions of the various territories with their know-how. Let's go on. This is an overview of the activity that's in over 30 years, the foundation and its Life Beyond Tourism movement has placed in so many countries, over 111 countries. So Life Beyond Tourism is working for creating a strong synergy among the UNESCO Convention 1972, the World Heritage Center, 2003, the cultural diversity, and 2005, interpretation of intangible heritage. So the Life Beyond Tourism Travel to Dialogue movement want to help change with these own theoretical scientific focus points and a system of practical application to favor a new form of human and economic progress. Life Beyond Tourism, in other words, propose a new ethical, cultural, and commercial vision that, starting from World Heritage sites, we rely and stress the attention of the capability of attraction of heritage, the opportunity to enhance local tradition and contemporary cultures of the places, the opportunity to build an interpersonal relationship, and the capacity to inspire the minds, emotions, and behavior of young generation and travelers toward the openness to knowledge and to intercultural dialogue. In other words, dear friends, you can perceive how much different is the approach of Life Beyond Tourism in front of the concept and the identity of the travel. We don't want to talk anymore about tourism. We have already seen how many disasters, not only from the material point of view, but also from the intangible point of view, this concept of visiting a place has created so far. We have to change the concept of visiting a place and to transform it and live at all the consumistic and the mass tourism for a new form of visiting a place that highlight also the ethical points of view and highlight the importance of exercise dialogue, tolerance, and respect for cultural diversity. Sites are the places where the culture of the world meets, thanks to the high number of travelers. But this is one of the pictures that depict the dark side of tourism. This is a short video that you can also see on the Life Beyond Tourism portal that try to inspire which are the principles that are moving the Life Beyond Tourism movement. Of the Life Beyond Tourism movement, and that are summarized by those that slides where we would like to highlight the importance to favor an adequate number of visitors visiting a site, a desired extension of the stay, because the actual form of mass tourism doesn't allow to discover the real spirit of the place, and became a mere consumistic aspects that destroy the material and immaterial treasures of the visited site. A better quality of relationship between presence, heritage, citizen, travelers, residents, and in solidarity with the territory. Useful reflections of the environmental protection. Life Beyond Tourism would like to focus on the building on a new kind of travel, storytelling, and fruition of heritage in the respects of planet Earth, to support the development of every region. And so to contribute to dialogue among culture, enhancing the place's identity and local heritage and their cultural expressions. As a main point of dissemination and gathering of contribution from all over the world, we have created the Life Beyond Tourism portal, www.lifebeyondtourism.org. And of course, many of you already knows it, but we invite your colleagues and students to visit it. And the second aspects of our movement, that are one of the points of strength, is the network that we have been able to create with the enthusiastic participation of many universities like Azerbaijan Tourism Management University, And it is a network designed to offer to all the university members the opportunity to be an active part of a program of continuous growth and international exchange on common and urgent themes linked to the enhancement and identity of the regions, to give at the same time a concrete and participatory tools to young people for a holistic and evolving vision of global society, starting from the protection of the identity of place, and to favor internationalization, mobility, training, and job opportunities. This is so far the university that embarked and took part, decided to take part in this, starting from 2020, to share the project back to life. And of course, we are proud that Azerbaijan is amongst these pioneer of the new project in 2021. We have also Ivanov from Russia, from Riga, from UK, from Lithuania. And in coming weeks, other universities will join the project back to life. And we are sure that at the end of the year 2021, we will gather a huge number of participants that share the principle of life beyond tourism and would like to contribute to presenting at the best, according to the life beyond tourism movement principles and points of view, their region, their sites. Also those sites that are not yet well known, and this is indeed the right occasion to give an international visibility for contributing to create a movement of minds, first of all, and best practices that transform tourism into travel, tourists in temporary residents, because only in that way visiting a place became not only, but it is important, of course, an economic aspect, but it is a way to guarantee the progress of the humankind. So we don't want, let me highlight this point, we don't want to deny the importance of the economic aspect of visiting a place, absolutely. But taking in mind what was and which are the mistakes in many heritage sites in the world, we have to launch a new offer, a new commercial and ethical offer to make people, to make local communities travelers inclusive and making travelers temporary citizens. So this is the main aspects that I'm sure that will interest the Azerbaijan Tourism and Management University. Here we have, I don't want to read enough, but there are some definition of what is local cultural expression by UNESCO, of course. But let's go on, because behind the definition, we would like to highlight the principles, because principles move the action. And our principle is to share identity and sense of place, to engender a sense of belonging and ownership, engagement of local communities. This is really important, to foster income generating capacity of local cultural expressions, like artisans, local products, common saying, typical food. You see, we are not talking about iconic tourism attractions, because they could produce some mistakes in visiting a place, because the spirit of the place, the authenticity of a place sometimes lies on the artisan, local products, saying, and typical foods and other cultural expressions. And that those cultural expressions is what really enrich the visitor. So let's focus now, which are the 2021 program for the info points like Azerbaijan Tourism Management University. And there are 3 interconnected activities in which students are deeply involved and benefit of learning, interaction, visibility, mobility, and a final certificate. The first step is to host the exhibition Florence in the World in Florence. I know that until few times ago, it was not possible to talk about an exhibition in ATMU because of the general situation of pandemic first and world also. But now let me renew the invitation to host this exhibition, because it is not only an exhibition of Florence itself, but it is the exhibition of a way of doing, of a way of interpreting the place where we are. And taking the second step after hosting that exhibition is to, as I told you before, to select a working group in your university that would like to take part in that project of storytelling, cultural storytelling of an Azerbaijani site. And so this is the project Back to Life Carlotta was mentioning before. And your outcome, your research, your study will be promoted through our international network, through the portal Life Beyond Tourism that you mentioned you saw before, and above all, to our international regional festival in fall 2021 that we would like to see as a global, as a worldwide interaction between different way of presenting a territory. Doesn't matter if it's in USA, in Azerbaijan, in Russia, in Japan, but it is a way to implement Life Beyond Tourism in order to create a new way of attractiveness of visitors in those sites. And let me remind again that to reinforce these efforts, there is also the possibility of an internship in Florence or online through Erasmus mobility programs. So this is the exhibition of Florence in the World in Florence I mentioned before, that has been created by Corina Del Bianco, whose presentation will follow me. And it is just an example how we implement Life Beyond Tourism here in Florence. We don't want to send you that exhibition in order to celebrate Florence. This is the wrong message. We would like you to host that exhibition in order that you show to your students and to the working group you are going to create a method of works, and that represent a guideline, an inspiring tools for producing your exhibition dedicated to Shusha. So these are some technical explanation of the exhibition devoted to Florence, and again, hopefully will be devoted also to Shusha. Panels with 3 photos each, and it's, let's say, a technical upgrading that every panel is endowed of the NFC technology, near field communication. In other words, by using your mobile phone and approaching to the panels, you will receive back further information on your smartphone. And not only through that technology, you can also enrich and send pictures that improve and increase the communicative capability of that site. Other example, I go on, and this is the final step of the project Back to Life, as I told you before, the International Region Festival in the fall 2021, that is aimed to present your region, your Shusha site, through a photographic outlook using the perspective that I mentioned before, that we use for Florence. And because our, as I told you before, our main aim is to arrive in fall 2021 with all other universities all together committed in create an ideal worldwide intersection of cultural identities, nurturing the desire of knowledge, respect and dialogue, and prompting the post-pandemic travel for values, for the territorial resilience and cohesiveness. So this is, I would like to highlight, this is the target that we would like to achieve at the end of 2021 through the Back to Life project, and will be hosted, of course, from in Auditorium al Duomo, where we are here now. And sorry, last 11 February 2021, we launched officially this project with the participation of the local authorities from the Tuscany region and the city of Florence. And of course, also Azerbaijan Tourism Management University was among the 21 universities present at that time that raised their hands since the beginning and said, I join, I share, and I will act for this project. Some pictures, the list of the universities, and other features. Again, let me highlight again and finally which are the purpose. Especially for students, the foundation, since her constitution was conceived to promote the importance of the intercultural dialogue in young generation, to engender a sense of cultural belongings and awareness in students, engagement of the local communities in the projects of research, foster cohesive territorial visibility at international level, and boost the image of your region as cozy and attractive for a new model of tourism. Provide visitors with the right tools for interpret and understand your cultural identity, and contribute to the income generating capacity of the local cultural expression and local development sustainable and resilient. So these are some aspects that we will ask to your working group to focus: description of area, map, meaningful picture and slogan, city and towns, points of cultural interest, itineraries, customs, gastronomy, and this is another important aspect, the human aspects of the cultural identity of Shusha. That means the barrier of the cultural identity of that region. Company, artist, institution, artisan. This is one aspect that traditionally has ignored by the massive tourism, because again, they are focused on the iconic aspects of a site, but they forgot a great important component of the local identity that could transform and improve the tourism into travel and hospitality. And this is, as I told you before, sorry, some universities already are working with their students. This is an example that the new higher educational institute in Tbilisi presented this work on Kvemo Kartli, is a region south of Tbilisi, and they did a description of the identities of that sites according to the life beyond tourism paradigm. And again, this is a remark, again, the importance of the event that we really do hope to create in fall 2021. To conclude, culture and heritage have to be seen as resources for the social, economic development and have to be inserted in the integrated management plan. Development, in order to be sustainable, needs to be rooted on the local culture, establishing a cultural sustainability that comes from the local cultural background, allow a more respectful and long-term relationship with the environment and the preservation and enhancement of the local cultural landscape. Thank you very much for your presentation, dear friends. I hope that with that presentation we have created a more detailed vision of what we would like to share with Azerbaijan Tourism and Management University. With that project, that it is first of all a project for students. We would like, again, to send them a message that visiting a place should be considered not only an economic aspect, but if we consider it also a social, ethical, from the social and ethical side, we not only contribute even better to the local development, but we contribute also to create a better world where we all can live. So, and now I introduce the second speaker, that it is Corinna Del Bianco, in order to confirm how much the young generation is the core of that project. Corinna will give you an overview of the second, of the next step that your students will face, will live. In fact, the foundation and its Life Beyond Tourism movement will give the possibility to learn better about Life Beyond Tourism through a special e-learning course that is available on Udemy platform. So, again, once you have created this working group, please write me and I will give you the access to that course available on Udemy platform. So, again, once you have created this working group, please write me and I will give you the access to that course for them to work, to orient their action, their study, their research according to the Life Beyond Tourism view. So let me invite Corinna Del Bianco, who will give an outlook, an overview of the Life Beyond Tourism course. Corinna, are you there?
Can you hear me? Okay.
I hear you.
Okay, perfect. So
Great.
just to confirm, can you see if I put in presentation mode?
Yeah, yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, so thank you, Simone. And it's a pleasure for me to see you again here. And it's really particular also in this time when we meet. I think it's even more emotional to meet in these circumstances. It's very special. So I will briefly go through an overview of our educational offers. So, of course, our Life Beyond Tourism Travel to Dialogue movement created a new commercial offer that is focused on ethics, that is addressing very different targets, so individuals, institutions, companies. So we created an educational offer that is addressing very different types of of people. Everything is based on the research that we are carrying on with especially with the foundation and with all the network of the foundation. And the research is usually published within books and articles, and the bibliography of the Fondazione Romualdo del Bianco and related to life beyond tourism since 2000 covers over 40 publications that were shared with the InfoKit, and it's in sharing with all the members of the movement on the lifebeyondtourism.org portal. So you can go also and download whatever you might miss in your library. And among these three are the main milestones that I would like to highlight. The 2016 slides book, in which for the first time we highlighted the synergy among the UNESCO conventions 1972, 203 and 205. And then the 2016 World Heritage Sites for Dialogue. A crucial, really a milestone in our research, in which we give to World Heritage Sites the responsibility and we focus on them the attention for creating opportunities of intercultural dialogue. And then the development in 2019 with World Heritage for Building Peace. So the incredible power of peace building of World Heritage. And the last three publications that you already know, but just to refresh, the publications related to the 2020 forum, Building Peace Through Heritage. And this is, I think, a very important publication because it shows the basis of our research on which stand. So the book is made, the three books are made by 140 authors. So this enormous, this huge amount of people that are collaborating, actually continuously collaborating, and allowing us to make our research much stronger. So the educational offer that comes out from this research has an offer for trainers. So for example, professors or administrators. So we created a training for trainers intensive course, mainly here in Florence, to which professors and administrators take part. And then when they get back to their institutions, they can spread with their own courses to students or colleagues. And up to today, we already had 34 participants from institutions of 19 countries. And then the second target is the businesses and institutions. So for all these activities that want to certify their activity for intercultural dialogue, we created an e-learning program that is free for all of them. And it's really targeting the certification, the Life Beyond Tourism certification. And then university students. So since over 30 years, you know that we are creating international students workshops aimed at intercultural dialogue on very different subjects. And that now, since 2020 and the pandemic, we also started a new e-learning activity. The first e-learning course is available on the Udemy platform, and it's called the Life Beyond Tourism, Travel to Dialogue, Heritage as a Builder of Peace. So we start in the course with the definitions of heritage, intercultural dialogue, and we want to create the basis for students in understanding the main concepts of the Life Beyond Tourism research, which sees heritage as a tool to create important opportunities of intercultural dialogue. And we also declined this opportunity into design challenges at the architectural and urban scale. So we divided the course in 3 modules. The first part is dedicated to an introduction to the course with conceptual scope and terminology. The second one it deals with the topic of the influence of tourism on a site, with its risks and opportunities. And the third part, it explores the life beyond tourism world, so from its beginning to its milestones. And students are also asked to make simple researches, mainly through the internet or in the library, to create their own reference background. And of course, it's at their disposal, the Life Beyond Tourism bibliography on the Life Beyond Tourism portal. So it's a pretty small, short, intensive course. So it's something like 10 hours. So students can do it also in parallel, maybe, or intensively, according to their curriculum and their classes schedule. Then there's the activities related to children. So usually we do this in presence with summer and winter camps in Florence. And of course they are in this moment suspended, but we will go back to this very soon, we hope. And with the Erasmus Plus for master students. So we participated to 2 Erasmus Plus projects since 2016, and we are about to finish the second master curriculum. The first one was concluded in 2019, and it was called Sustainable Urban Rehabilitation in Europe. It's a master curriculum for architects, conservators, and urban designers that is now implemented in a pilot version in the Polytechnical schools of Madrid, Vilnius, Lublin, and La Sapienza in Rome. And we are now about to finish the UNINET, University Network for Cultural Heritage, Integrated Protection, Management and Use, master curriculum for architects, conservators, archaeologists, and landscape designers. Then we also provided courses to bachelor students. So since 2014, we are doing intensive courses at the Josai International University in Tokyo. And in 2016, in Azerbaijan, in Baku, but at the Azerbaijan University of Architecture and Construction, we had an intensive workshop. And in 2020, we hold a workshop at the University of Economics and Business of Prague. We always think that sharing and confronting is something that is crucial for our activity, for creating an added value to the with dialogue into our activity. So we always bring our contribution to international conferences. We organize ICOMOS International Scientific Committees in Florence, and every year a general assembly and symposium. Due to the pandemic, 2020 was a little bit different, and we are now kind of reshaping our activities. And in 2021, we are creating another different format in order to have the activities of sharing and confrontations online. So you will soon receive information about this new method and new program for 2021. And hopefully in 2022, we will all be together hugging again, hopefully also here in Florence and in Baku. And I will show you now a short video that so it's a memory just to give you the flavor of these moments of when we are together. So it's this was the last moment, the last General Assembly in which we were all together. So it's always wonderful to remind those moments in which we were living this pre-pandemic situation. So, and in that occasion, Bahrain, every year we have a guest country, and in that year, 2019, it was Bahrain, and 2020 was supposed to be Azerbaijan, and so we will see how we can develop it in the next times. So I will leave you just with an invitation. So the invitation to sign the appeal of Latvian tourism, building peace through heritage, that was launched during that General Assembly, aimed at the awareness raising on the importance of heritage in promoting opportunities of intercultural dialogue. And this might be also of interest of students, also when they look at it, and they also can decide of subscribing it also individually. So it's open to everybody. This is the very last invitation, and I am at disposal for any sharing, any confrontation, any further information, if it's possible, on the topic of the educational offer related to Latvian tourism. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear Corinna. So we are approaching the conclusion of that meeting. I would like to give the floor to our president, Mr. Paolo Del Bianco, that would conclude, will say some word after this presentation. Mr. President, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Just greetings at the conclusion. Thanks for your attention. Sorry for some technical mistake that complicated the presentation, but we are waiting for your works for the conclusion of this year, for the event that we will organize thanks to the works of your students. So it is very important, this cooperation, and we are sure that we will increase the research that we are going on with your participation. Thank you so much, and let's go to work. Let's work in also in this difficult way, but we trust in a better conclusion of this year, a better conclusion that last year. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. And of course, I invite our friends from Baku, if they have some conclusive remarks or question. For sure, in coming days, I will be at complete disposal for finalizing our collaboration, and driving your group for producing cultural storytelling of sushi, and taking part in our festival in fall 2021. As all of us have seen since the beginning of this connection, we can rely upon our friend Orhan, that knows very well Italians. So I'm really sure that no misunderstanding will happen between us, because Orhan, but also Faina, are excellent daily partners for producing our collaboration. So, dear Rector Madatov, I would like also to congratulate for your staff, that it is really easy to work with. And I don't know if someone of you would like to say some words or have some questions. Otherwise, we can say temporary goodbye and hoping that in future, in a sooner future, we will have the possibility to see each other in front and shake the hand and enjoy the what is Life Beyond Tourism movement would like to pursue. So to create a better world where heritage and travel can represent the pillar of a new progress for humankind. Dear friends, if there are some remarks from your side, otherwise we say hello to everybody and thank you for your dedication of time. And again, I am waiting for you for finalizing your working group and finalizing your cultural storytelling of sushi to be exhibited in Florence in fall 2021.
Thank you.
So, thank you very much again, dear friends. Stay
Grazie tanto, Simeone, grazie tanto per tutti.
Grazie.
Stay fine and stay life beyond tourism oriented. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Ciao, bye.
Hi.
Bye.